What would you do with almost $270 million? I'm not talking about some fantasy football draft. I mean real, tangible, life-changing cash, like Drew Brees made playing quarterback in the NFL. Hey, it's Hope here on Kickin Riches, and today I'm breaking down exactly how Drew Brees went from passing touchdowns to stacking investments and building a net worth that'll make your bank app sweat. Whether you love football, finance, or just dream of sandwich shop empires, you won't want to miss this. By the end, you'll see how Drew Brees pulled off his wealth game and maybe even pick up a play or two for your own financial playbook. Ready to find out how this Super Bowl champ turned his success on the field into a winning streak with his wallet? Let's dive in and kick things off. Imagine waking up on game day knowing your next 60 minutes on the field could eventually earn you, say, $273 million. And that was life for Drew Brees over 2 decades in the NFL. Honestly, it blows my mind. I can barely commit to a single gym routine for 20 years, let alone a career in one of the world's toughest sports. Of course, most of those dollars didn't come just for showing up. Brees earned every cent throwing passes and shattering records, especially with the New Orleans Saints. But here's the thing that gets me. For all the pressure, injuries, and let's be honest, some freezing cold away games, that NFL money was just the start. You'd think someone with that kind of career would just retire and, go buy a small island, right? But oh no. Drew had way bigger plans for his future. If you had that kind of payday, would you risk it in business? Stick with me, because what Brees did next is where it really gets fun. Not gonna lie, if someone wanted to pay me $15 million a year just for smiling on their cereal box, I'd do it twice. Drew Brees, though, he didn't just settle for snacks. Off the field, he became an endorsement legend, pulling in up to $15 million annually at his peak from deals. We're talking everything from badass athletic gear to tasty sandwich chains. The guy was everywhere, and honestly, who wouldn't trust a quarterback with a heart of gold and a killer playoff beard? But for Brees, endorsements weren't just about cashing checks for commercials. Endorsements introduced him to brands he would eventually invest in, like Jimmy John's. For him, pitching products was just the first step, not the finish line. See, this is where the big money mindset comes in. Don't just sell the sandwich, own the sandwich shop. And that's exactly what he did. But let's check out his business starting lineup. As in, did you expect another bland athlete with overpriced protein shakes? Nope. Not Drew Brees. Instead, he built a real-life monopoly board out of restaurant chains and sports ventures. I mean, Jimmy John's, Small Sliders, Walk-On's Bistreaux Bar, and even a youth sports brand called Sandlot? That's a spicy portfolio, if you ask me. I can barely juggle my morning coffee and cat cuddles, but Drew's out here co-owning half the fast food map. What blows my mind most is how he didn't just go for one big bet. He spread his cash across different industries, sandwiches, sliders, and sports bars. Yum and cha-ching. And it's smart, right? When people are eating or playing, his money's working overtime. Do you think diversifying like Brees is the secret sauce for building real wealth? Let's get into how he kept his bankroll rolling after the NFL. You'd think after leaving football, Brees would finally slow down, soak up the sun, maybe even binge cat videos with a cold brew. Wait, am I projecting? But no, post-retirement, he stayed right in the game by managing his money like a pro. With a net worth of about $160 million in 2025, he's got advisors making sure his investments don't sit on the sidelines. Instead of splurging it all on yachts or collecting vintage helmets, he focused on smart, sustainable growth. That kind of discipline is why he keeps winning. Even when he's not lacing up for Sunday Night Football, would you be tempted to cash out for the fun stuff or keep investing like Drew? Hit the comments. I want to know what your post-retirement dream looks like. Now let's break down the big takeaways from Brees' playbook. Here's what I love about Drew Brees' financial story. It isn't about making fast cash or flashy stunts. It's about playing the long game. He doesn't just throw Hail Marys. He plans the whole drive, diversifies like a Wall Street pro, and builds his own brand with every move. Restaurants, sports, even his own youth brand. Every investment is a nod to sustained success. If there's a lesson here, it's don't treat your money like a one-hit wonder. Build your own financial dynasty, one smart play at a time. On Kickin Riches, that's the mindset we celebrate. Think big, spread your bets, and play for the long haul. We all love a Cinderella story, but I'll take a steady climb any day. Ready to wrap? So, what would your first play be? Withdrew level cash, sliders, sports bars, or something wild? Drop your answer in the comments, and let's swap some crazy ideas. Make sure to hit like if you enjoyed this breakdown, and seriously, don't forget to subscribe to Kickin Riches if you want more stories where sports meets serious wealth. Thanks for kicking it with me, Hope, today. Stay smart, play your own game, and I'll see you for the next big money move.